Hey guys, we're back with some more The Letter. When we last left off, we were on Rebecca's route. I don't really know if I have enough time to be recording today. Gotta go to college in about an hour. But, should be fine. Let's get started. I found out, I was curious, how long is Rebecca's route? Because, we've been going on for over 2 hours now. How long, 7 episodes? I just uploaded 22, which is the end of Marianne, and we're on 30 now. Yeah, so this has been going on for a while, and it's been more than 2 hours. We've been doing shorter episodes, so maybe about that long anyway. I found out we only have about an hour left. We're like 2/3 of the way done, which is pretty surprising. I mean, with the branching tree, I kind of guessed it. Just, yeah, we're right here, but we're practically, we're past the halfway point, definitely, it looks like. And I wanted to finish this before I, kept playing more Higanbana, so I'll be doing an episode today. At this hour, the cafe is usually filled to the brim with people. But Thursday and Isabel and I rarely ever go here during the evenings. Simply too much of a hassle when we can prepare food ourselves in the comfort of our homes. There really isn't much reason to eat out lately. Well, with life going on a busy streak, no time for long lines, but to spend that doing something productive, yes?
Lucky there isn't one tonight.
Only a few people idling around the counter. You see, what they did. Isabel and I rarely ever go. You see, you can just use that line for if Isabella's dead and if Isabella's alive. You can just reuse that. Because branching, you get it. 4 of them, in fact. A woman in her 60s and a teenager busy with his phone. Both are just waiting to be served their orders. Okay, I was like, Luke's, a woman, right? Luke's a woman in her 60s. The other two, a plush-looking man and a child. I immediately recognize it. Appear to have not yet picked anything they want. For some reason, my stare lingers at the guy. Though dressed relatively well and looks harmless, I haven't seen him around these parts before. Someone new in the neighborhood, perhaps? Even so, there's something familiar in him. Feels like I've seen him somewhere before. That also begs the question of why Kylie is with him. Of course, the girl easily takes a liking to anyone who buys her sweets, so it's both a bit worrisome and unsurprising. The blonde bloke doesn't look particularly thrilled with the company, though. Keep my eyes away from them soon enough once the guy at the counter appears, ready to take my order. That, and I also hate to be accused of ogling strangers.
Irish stew. Just for one person.
I was about to say what? Isabella dying or that changes what she orders, but the one person thing. Okay. Quickly raising an eyebrow at that, while I swiftly avert my eyes down at my hands, though I don't miss the counseling look he gives me. Rarely visit here alone if I can help it. Often, it's always with Isabella. She can be a bad influence sometimes. That's precisely why this guy is known us long enough that, if I ever drop by here alone, he already has a number of ideas why. Doubtless he's already heard what happened in the news. No need to bring it up in something as casual as ordering food. There's proper time and place for grief and empty sympathies. He gives me a small smile before leaving to prepare my order, while I fish for my wallet, when...
Look, you little ankle biter. If I buy you the biggest parfait they have, will you please behave? I would just like 10 minutes of peace and quiet.
I thought Luke was good with Kylie. Huh.
You said you'll get me some bread pudding this time.
Yeah, well, darling, they said they ran out of it. Just pick another one so we can be on our way.
Their parfait doesn't look as cute as the one my mom bought me.
Parfait is just ice cream, sweetheart. It'll melt no matter how dainty it appears. In the end, it'll all look like an ugly puddle. Now come on, just pick one. It could even be the most expensive one on that list. I don't give a shit. I don't care.
You gotta watch yourself.
Oh, what I would give for someone to buy you off my hands right now.
What? My whole attention instantly snaps back to them in their conversation. Jumping to the conclusions isn't something I'm particularly fond of, especially when I only have our basis assumptions. You can't really trust a stranger these days. No one around the cafe seems to have noticed his words either. Very suspicious words. Still, I don't move. Yet. My hands are already shifted from my wallet to the book I'm carrying. Hardbound textbook. Looks harmless, but if a situation calls for it, might be a good, deadly weapon! Right. haven't gotten the chance to try it anyway, so far. Today could be the day.
But you promised.
Look, if you don't want a parfait, how about a Bonifay pie? I'm sure it'll taste just as good as any other bread pudding. I'll even buy you the entire tray. How does that sound?
That's not what you said before.
Well, sweetheart, adults change their minds sometimes.
You said if I come with you, you'll buy me a bread pudding, and I did.
But they're out of the bread pudding!
Your promise. I want to go home. I miss my mom.
No, darling, if I remember correctly, and I have a good memory, honey. What I said was, if you come quietly with me, I might buy you one. The quiet part didn't happen.
Ooh.
Though now that I'm sober, I think this is a bad idea. I should just ship you someplace else for that peace and quiet.
I said ship! That's it! No hesitation. I mean, you could just... In a few paces, he's within my reach. Without warning, I'm slamming the flat area the book he gets to school.
Ow!
That was perfect! Can I replay that? No. That's a good sound effect. There's a cry of pain, followed by him instantly crouching down, hands nursing the sore spot. Almost comically, this were a different situation when the safety of the St. Gerard's student isn't at stake. I probably feel sorry for him. I mean, has anyone seen how thick this book is?
Get behind me, Kylie.
Miss Pink!
It's amusing how fast her expression changes from the pouty one earlier to something that of utter delight upon seeing me. No matter what the situation is, I always hate these misunderstanding bits. Like, whether it just be to introduce a character, to have a funny setting, or, you know, whatever. But there's no time for any pleasantries, not even quick ones, because soon the main straightens, readying my favorite newfound weapon for another hit. Except this time, it's ready. Before I can land another one, his hand shoots up to catch my wrist in a firm hold. The look on his face.
Bloody hell, woman! What's your problem?
Say he's mad. Gotta watch out, YouTube will ban me. Would be a complete understatement. And I'm in the weak world sort, probably cower under the sharp gaze. You know, the policy joke. YouTube actually decided, hey, you know this policy? Like, I accidentally emailed them the 500-page policy. And they're like, oh, this is pretty good. We're gonna enact this. Or so that's why no swearing on YouTube anymore. That simply isn't how I roll. If he thinks he can scare me and do as he pleases here, just because I'm a woman or whatever his reasons be, he's got another thing coming for him. So instead, I return it to him with the same intensity, same venom.
What's my problem? You're the one who has a problem here. Rotten bowbags like you don't deserve the freedom to roam this town. What are you doing to this girl?
And why is that any of your business, pray tell?
What?
Oh, it's my business if I make it to be. Now, release me or I'll call the police.
Oh, you think that scares me, Daisy?
Smug!
I have a name, you sleazy douchebag.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, nice. I like it when games do that with the names, though. Just change them. I don't agree I did that to good effect. Can't really think of anything else. I think Josiah did it a few times. His grip on my hands only tightens when I attempt to shake it off. His tone may be dripping with anger and sarcasm, although the letter does it a lot. But the gleam in his eyes says it all. Getting a kick out of this. Rallying people up, getting on their nerves, invading their personal space. Knows exactly which buttons to push. The nerve of this person. The nerve of this— wow! This not nice guy. If he thinks I want to give into his goading, please, you might as well just kick his sorry behind. Oh! Is there just— hey, I have a misunderstanding. Like, why not do the most sensible thing right now? I'm thinking shout for help, and oh no, we're not on that. We're on this one. Yeah. So thinking shout for help, but I mean, game, why do you do this? What's our relationship with him? No. Did we save? Yeah.
Let me go, you uncouth lout.
Let's just go max relationship with Luke. Why not?
Mister, You have until the count of 5 to let
Oh.
me go and step out of my personal space.
Okay. So my initial guess was right. Okay. We're allowed to
Let
cheat
me
when it comes
go,
to this
you
stuff.
uncouth lout!
I thought our relationship with Ashton went up there. Oh.
Or else what?
I'll scream.
He laughs. Oh. His eyes just went big. The reactive thing that ankles on my temper more than he has any right to. It's as if he knows they can't do anything. Or he's above any authority that exists in the city. Well, he's rich, so he is. Confident that he can get away with anything. The gal of this man. I could punch him right now if I can.
Nice try, lady. Why don't you drop the book first? You could kill people without you know.
It's a book!
Fat chance.
Oh no, that attitude won't do, Daisy. Here, let's try that again, like the proper adults we both are. Drop
No, don't say
the
it.
bloody fucking book.
Luke, you gotta watch the language.
And then what? If you're assuming I'm...
Then we'll have a nice conversation over a cuppa. Establish why you're attacking a poor, innocent stranger with a deadly weapon.
Deadly weapon.
And
Knowledge.
maybe even an apology or two for the offended party afterwards. I'm the offended party here, by the way. My brain hasn't returned to its rightful place yet, in case you're wondering.
Innocent! Don't play dumb! I heard what you were trying to do with that girl. Just because she isn't my student yet doesn't mean I don't have a role in protecting that child's innocence.
Protecting the what of who? Why would you? Oh no!
In the span of a second, the expression on his face changes faster than anyone is capable of. From pure confusion to sudden realization, before finally deciding on a face of utter mortification. He's quick to drop his hold of my hand afterwards, like he's been holding a piping hot object, and she's gonna hit him again, and it's just realized it's in his hands all along. He's far from a decent person, but he actually might make good money doing comedy. The look on his face, when he starts babbling his excuses, is almost priceless.
No, this kid's... Alright, lady, look, it's all a misunderstanding.
My tone can't go any flatter than the one I have now.
Right.
Oh, Rebecca! I mean, I get it, but I mean, come on!
Somebody help me!
Places a hand on my mouth before I spill the rest of it, all at once, caught between trying to stop him from smothering me and keeping his dirty hands off me. But even as my nails dig deeper into his wrists, he doesn't appear to have any intention of letting me go. 12 minutes in, okay. Being loud works, however. So in the intent, right, were people not watching them before? Because I mean, she said it was crowded, right? Like, I guess it usually crowded, but there's only like an older woman and a teenager. Oh, I don't know. So the intention of practically every customer seen in the small establishment was on us. So she treats each of them an imploring look, hoping one of them will have some sense to help me. The sleaze, however, is fast enough to flash them all an embarrassed smile.
Haha! This lady's having such a bad day! Poor girl's just missed me so much today! Nothing to see here. Go on with your dinner.
Wow, that worked! Bad day. I wonder if this worked in the chat. I won't even touch you with the 10 feet. Oh. People don't... It's not... Which, and I mean, isn't she like from... She's... Where's Rebecca from? Yeah, she's Scottish, right? I mean, they live in the UK. Why would they send 10-foot pole? I want to blurt it out, with a hand covering my mouth and my lungs rapidly losing air. Bite down on his hand. That was a good sound effect. Hard. It works.
Ow!
He yells, jerks his hand away from my face, stepping back to put as much distance as he can between us while nursing his injured hand against his chest and muttering a string of very creative expletives. Tears have formed at the corners of his eyes from the pain, but small laughter almost leaves me. To be frank, he gives the impression of a kicked puppy with the glare he shoots me. Puppy I'm less inclined to feel sorry about.
You!
I warned you, you ass!
So you mad?
Why you? This is harassment, I'm telling you! Harassment!
What? You
This is harassment, I'm telling you! Harassment!
Harris.
Then why don't you tell that to the police once they get here, hmm?
You despicable! Whatever you're assuming I am, I'll have you know it's all in your head. None of it's true. You best have that pretty brain of yours checked before that gets worse. What is wrong with you? Is this the face of someone who'd do anything suspicious?
Yes.
Oh? You don't think a stranger luring an innocent child with promises of sweets before whisking them away from their parents doesn't warrant any suspicion? You have a very funny definition of suspicious, asshole. Maybe you're the one who should have that head of yours checked.
The kid asked me to buy her sweets. You're the one who's suspicious here. I'll have you know, I have a wife.
That much at least appears to have a sliver of truth to it. He makes a show of brandishing his left hand to my face with much flourish. Sure enough, a wedding ring was there, though all that earned him is an unimpressed glare from me. Immediately, a small part of me starts to feel sorry for whoever, whatever, poor woman married this. Is Sod? Is that? That's not against the policy, right? What does Sod even mean? Meaning. How lewd is it? Surface of the ground with the grass growing on it. No. An unpleasant or obnoxious person. Okay, it's not lewd. Okay. Learn something new every day. I don't understand why he has to bring her up either. Except the mention of her alone will magically present a solution to his problem. She must be a truly remarkable woman. She can handle a dirtbag like
And
you.
even my wife of all people in this bloody city, has never, I'm telling you, accused me of such a scandalous thing! You crazy woman!
I like her!
Married or not, you're still a sleaze. Honestly, I feel...
Miss Pink, why are you fighting with my teal?
What's teal? Whatever words still left to be said here dies on my tongue. Same thing goes for the sleaze. Besides to stand Kylie, talking at us with the same curious stare she often brings with her. Know that look all too well. A cautious child through and through. She doesn't say anything further. Her gaze simply moves between us, eyeing us both carefully, clearly anticipating an answer. From my experience, when it gets like this with a child your age, with children your age, the sure sign they won't leave you until you've given them an answer they're satisfied with. Lying won't do either. It's dissolved into a shouting match, for heaven's sake. Did she just say Tio? What's Tio mean? I don't speak language. Something that falls straight to the pit of my stomach at that. My tone is gentle when I finally address her, void of any apprehension on what might be the first hint of embarrassment. Pointedly ignore the latter. It very well just be the hunger speaking.
Kylie, sweetie, do you know this
So,
oath?
what she could have done, I mean... This does, like, you know, there's situations, I mean, but this one, it probably would have been fine. You just go up and you're like, oh, hey, Kylie, my student, who is this? Is this someone you know? And, you know, there's situations where that wouldn't work, but I mean, it would have been fine in this situation, pretty much. They're in public. I mean...
Yeah, he's Teal Luke.
Right at the moment, my brain stops. Does Tio mean like uncle or something? Every line after that, and every argument I still have against the man beside me dissipates in the haze. But to all of it, one memory gets triggered, from a few days ago.
Tio? The one you mentioned before? The uncle? The guy Rowan wanted to impress? Or was that a dare? I'm sorry, I can't recall. Is it the one who promised he'll take Big Brother someplace cool?
Yeah, the one and the same. Don't you know who he is?
I sure as heck don't, darling. Because if I do, I wouldn't have left everything I've said earlier come out of my mouth.
He's my Teal Luke. Gazillionaire.
Gazillion!
And my... No, the fairy godfather.
He's your godfather. That's nice.
The one and only. Did I get that right, Teal?
More than right, sweetheart. I'm sure Miss Pink here understood everything you said quite perfectly.
Whatever it is that landed at the bottom of my stomach prior, I shot straight up to my face and stayed there. Okay, just never visit this cafe again and you're good. The heat from it slowly spreading to my cheeks, coloring my face is almost the same shade as my hair. Knowing the earth would swallow me whole here and now. His eyes are on me. I can feel them, jeering, mocking. Can't even bring myself to look at him. What's in there? Amusement? Doubt it. Probably having the time of his life right now. But I know, I can hear the sneer in his tone alone when he talks. It's that smug grin on him, which I may or may not want to punch off his face at present, just for the heck of it. Damage control. Why would I apologize to Kylie? No, you apologize to Luke. You're the guy who just hit him on the head with a book. Let's see our relationship with him. Okay. Though it pains me to apologize to a sleazebag like him, this is my mistake. With Kylie watching us close by, I don't want to set a bad example for her, do I? I'm surprised she grew up with the child she is. If anything, I want to be the role model this man couldn't possibly become for her. Not in the mood to talk. Right. Oh, this is the beginning. Okay. I'm getting a phone call. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I won't edit that out. It was only like, what, 40 seconds? Not even that, probably. Deep gulp of air, short moment to swallow my self-respect, and then I'm facing him. The words are out of my mouth in a single breath.
I'm really sorry, sir.
The bigger person.
I had no idea.
Embarrassed Rebecca. I want to protect that. His smirk is impossible to miss. He's not making an effort to hide it. Even the smile is so irritatingly present in his tone. If I could slap it off him, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Now, it's an honest mistake, Daisy.
No, I really mean it. I actually thought you were... And then...
It's fine now. It probably happens quite a lot to a few people who look suspicious to you.
Who looks suspicious to you? Because you see, people is plural, so you should... Who looks suspicious, you see.
Seems I'm one of them now.
He said look,
Don't
though,
sleep
so...
over it.
That's a...
Do be careful with that book, though. A little more and you would have dislodged my poor brain off my head.
I imagine what happened is the voice actor is like, oh, hey, that's not right. I'll just say the correct one. But that never got fixed in the script.
What would I ever do if that happens?
Oh no! Did it leave a mark or anything? If you want, we can have it checked. I'll handle the expenses if there's a need for it.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I have $10. You have $1 billion.
Now, what kind of man would I be if I let an attractive woman such as yourself do that? Why don't we just look at it this way? My forgiveness is coming from the utter goodness of my heart.
So full of himself. Exactly the kind of person I'll happily leave to die in a ditch somewhere. Is that foreshadowing?
Of course, sir. Why didn't I think of it that way?
There better be an ending where Rebecca leaves Luke to die in a ditch.
I know, right? But even someone as capable as you is bound to have a few lapses. No harm done, Daisy. Let's move on from this.
Well, if you're going to put it like that, then I guess there's nothing left for us to talk about.
I figured as much.
Awkward. The whole exchange is nothing but an awkward display of fake pleasantries. One that brings much agony to the very pride I willingly held back a while ago. I need a drink later, so I can forget any of this ever happened. Who would have thought the time would come when I meet someone tougher to handle than Isabella? Miracles are miracles, I swear. Though, to my surprise, her offers me a hand shortly before they leave. Or shake, I realize, after a long minute of staring at it. I accept it, albeit half-heartedly. But all of that goodwill that small gesture represents melts into thin air when he winks at me. Winks. The gall of this man! However, there's no moment to ponder about it. Seconds later, the guy at the counter waves me over and hands me a paper bag as soon as I've paid. He offers me another smile before I leave. Normally, I'd return it for the simple sake of returning it. I don't at all, with the latter happening more commonly. For the time being, do so freely. After that encounter and the scene we've caused, seeing a friendly gesture being extended to me, albeit from a person I barely know on a personal level, feels like a reassurance, despite bearing no promise of better days. Take what little I can of it with me as I step out into the night. Do I call it there? While lining up to buy dinner, Rebecca saw Kylie Cerez with a suspicious man. Assuming it was a kidnapping, Rebecca elected to take matters in her own hands, only to find out the man was the girl's godfather, Luke Gray. Embarrassed, Rebecca apologized afterwards. Yeah, I guess I'll call it there. We're getting closer to the ending, at least. Save over that. And I'll be back probably tomorrow. I want to finish this as soon as possible. Rebecca's here as soon as possible. So hopefully I can record tomorrow. At the very least, on the day after tomorrow. Because we only have, like, you know, hour-ish left. So I'll see you guys then. Bye.